Okay, let's try to start this again. Welcome to vlog number 35 of the year. I feel like everyone's in a mood today except me, but I was in a mood yesterday, so it all evens out. Fred's not in a mood, Delilah's not in a mood, but my dad and Penny, because they're two peas in a pod, they're definitely in a mood. But it is the end of the month, start of the next month. The start of the next month will be in the same vlog, so I got my monthly Amazon package. I think we might have a little bit more coming because I have to buy dog stuff every month, you know, they need stuff. See, if I have anything else coming. Yeah, I just have some food that I ordered. Let's just pull like 3 things out first. We do have books as well, but I'm gonna do a project, an art project with all the pets this week. Hopefully we get to it this week, but you never know. So ink to do their paw prints. Then Tums, I got one of these little packs. There's like little, I don't know what they're called when they're like, you know how coins come in those things? But just to go in my purse, because when I went to the movies last month and was having like an anxiety attack in the movie theater, I was like, I should have brought Tums with me. So I got a little travel sized one to put in my bag. And then we got lightning strips because I need them, and these are like without the sensitivity, like they're made for sensitive teeth or whatever, which mine are extremely sensitive, but still, just to be on the safe side. So let's go to these 3 items now. I got this big pack of scrunchies that are like ribbon ones, just for an outfit I have planned in about 2 weeks. I wanted a matching scrunchie, and I couldn't get just a pink ribbon one. I had to buy a whole pack, which is fine. I got the 2 books that I couldn't find at Barnes & Noble at the start of the month. Invisible Cities by Calvino. So in a garden sit the aged Kublai Khan and the young Marco Polo, Mongol emperor and Venetian traveler. Kublai Khan has sensed the end of his empire coming soon. Marco Polo diverts his host with stories of the cities he has seen in his travels around the empire, cities in memory, cities and desire, cities and design, cities in the dead, cities in the sky, trading cities, hidden cities. As Marco Polo unspools his tales, the emperor detects these fantastic places are more than they appear. So this is an Italian classic. I don't know if I should, I think this was translated from Italian, but the writer was, yeah, translated from the Italian by William Weaver. So the writer was born in Cuba but raised in Italy, so that's why I'm saying it's Italian and it was translated from Italian. And then our thriller, I can't wait to get to this one. It seems right up my alley, and that is The Pallbearers Club by Paul Tremblay. A cleverly voiced psychological thriller about an unforgettable, unsettling friendship with blood-chilling twists, crackling wit, and thrumming pulse in its veins from the national best-selling author. We don't care. Seamlessly blurring the lines between fiction and memory, the supernatural and the mundane. The Pallbearers Club is an immersive, suspenseful portrait of an unusual, concerning relationship. So I think if you like season 4 of Stranger Things, you would like this book, which that's not my favorite season of Stranger Things, but still it gives off kind of similar vibes, just with like, if you're a Joseph Coin stan, you'll like it, which his stans terrify me, but if you liked Eddie, I think you'll like this book. But yeah, I'm probably gonna read that in September. Then I got a vintage dress from Etsy from Kitten Surprise is the name of the store. That's just the print of it. And I love that floral 90s. Put it with my Doc Martens. Oh, look really nice. Same for me because I do have Christmas gift in there, because I am doing my Christmas shopping early this year. Extra virgin olive oil, because you can use this for a ton of things beauty wise. I just did the Bronx, I don't even know what that's how you say it, but nothing came out as per usual because I filmed an ASMR video today, which was very long. So, and it's gonna be great editing it. That's sarcasm, by the way, on that. And then I know when my ears need to be clean, like there's this whooshing noise or whatever. Yeah, it's been happening since last year, which I'm not having that anymore, so I don't know if stuff is gonna come out eventually, but yeah, I did the water part and everything and nothing came out. We're gonna talk about my reading plans for the day. It's currently 3:06. I have a canker sore on my tongue. Not fun, but we are going to try to finish Lady Sunshine today. So last night I got to, let's see what percent. I got to 70%, which is page 256. So I want to finish this today. Hopefully we can do that because it's Saturday. I'm up longer than usual on Saturday. I don't know why, because Sunday is the day that I wake up the earliest, like that I'm supposed to. It's the only day where I really have a set time I have to get up because I have places to be on Sunday again. So we want to finish Lady Sunshine today, and that should give us over 100 pages read. Yeah, so we won't get into Outlander. Then I want to get together the books that will be my mood read picks for September. I'm thinking of getting because thrillers are going to be what I focus on in September. Thrillers, mystery, that kind of thing, and then save horror for October. So I think I'm going to get a thriller from every shelf. I mean, obviously, probably, or every bookcase. I'm going to assume they all have thrillers on them. I don't know, but I do need to do that because this is my last mood read for August. Then we have Voyager, which we are at 96% of the way through, so we're most likely going to finish this week, maybe, hopefully. Then we have Malibu Rising, which is the last book on my TBR this month. I usually get through Taylor Jenkins Reid books pretty fast, and this does sound right up my alley. And this is my 5-star prediction pick for the month. So we will be starting that officially. I don't know if I'm going to start it tomorrow. I'm going to start it whenever I finish this probably. So I'll probably be starting it tomorrow, but might start it on Monday because we don't have that many more days of August. The month ends on Wednesday. So realistically, we would have 3 days if I start on Monday, which is completely doable. But it seems like this month I've been taking 4 days to read my TBR picks, but you never know. So with my 5-star predictions, I usually don't give myself a set time to read them because it's always the last book that I read in the month. So I don't have any real set goal for that. Just said I would like to finish it in August, but it's okay if I have to push it into September. I got a few picks together for potential mood reads for September. So for my ebook, I think I'm going to be going with The Night Manager by John Le Carrie. I'm not exactly sure. This book was recommended to me literally in like 2017 by one of my like longest time friends. She wanted to see the show for it, but read the book. I don't think she ever got to the book, but this is likely to be my ebook because it was between this and then The Little Friend, is that what it's called, by Donna Tartt. And I've read one Donna Tartt book this year, so I felt like I should give another author a chance. So we're gonna go with this one, but I'm not gonna tell you the description or anything until we finish Outlander. These are all thrillers. The next 2 I have are potential mood reads, so we will be doing these physically. The first one I was able to find was The Haunted Ground by Erin Hart. I got this for Christmas in 2020. It seems like a lot of my favorite things put together. I think I will really enjoy this one. I'm trying not to use filler words. When I was editing last week's vlog, I just kept saying filler words. It was driving me crazy. I'm trying not to say them. So if my speech is like choppy, I guess that's why. This is the one I'm really, really excited for and that I just want to pick up right now, but we have to wait until like next week and next weekend. And that is Leave the World Behind by Rumen Alam. This is, I discovered it on Emmy's channel and she really loved it, and it's a New York City setting, and I guess Long Island, yes, Long Island. I've been liking Long Island as a setting lately. Like, I've been thinking of writing something there, maybe. So for that research, and this is like very short. It is 241 pages, and my favorite book this year was also a part of this book club, so you never know. We finished it. It's like a 2.5. I'm going to write my review. So I read 96 pages in here today. I'm like so close to 100. So we're going to get into Voyager in a little bit, in like an hour. Might finish this. Who knows? Hopefully. But I need to write my review for Lady Sunshine. I just really didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending. That's all. This isn't a go my unhaul pal. I kind of went on for a little. 2.5 star. The characters, not bad. Maybe a bit of Mary Sue's. To be toxic, but I do not think they were meant to be written that way. The atmosphere was the highlight for me. I really love books centered around an estate where the house and land around it become a character in its own way. Every book that I have read with something like that has been unique. The transitions between time periods and the overall flow of the story went well, better than most. We see 3 genres running together here. First, historical fiction, as this is set in 2 timelines, being 1979 and 1999. Second, there are some elements of romance. I felt iffy about the romance. I hate when one person, the ex, is shown as terrible baggage, even though we don't ever see that actually happening. And in the romantic interest, the vibes were just off. He felt creepy in a way, too secretive. Lastly, there's even a mystery thrown in, as we are to find out what tragic event ended the summer of 79. I hated this ending though, and it made me take half a star from the rating. Overall, this did a good job at showing nostalgia for childhood and golden summers of the past. Those feelings really did come off the page. Voyager, I'm going to be starting on page 834, which is at 96%. As I said earlier, we could finish this. We could finish 2 books today, even though I think this one will probably technically be tomorrow because it'll probably be past midnight. I don't know. Sometimes it does go over. We have about, how many pages is that? Less than 40 pages, so absolutely doable to finish. Hey guys, and happy Sunday. So last night I did end up finishing Voyager. This was a 4 star. I didn't like it as much as the previous 2 books, but I mean, I kind of expected that going in, as this was not like my favorite part of the show, because I did watch the show before reading the books. But it was still a good time, good journey, all tabbed up there. And then on top as well. So we finished this and I ended up reading 132 pages yesterday. So we will be starting Malibu Rising today, probably in about an hour. Kind of a book haul. This was a book I was originally unhauling, but I just keep thinking about it. And luckily my grandma hadn't taken it to the thrift store yet, so I got it back. Hamnet, just been thinking about it a lot, so I feel like that's the world telling me I shouldn't have unhauled it. And then this is a medium pizza, y'all. This is so small. I never get Domino's. I've just been wanting it for some reason, and I've never had a cheese pizza from there, so trying something new, you know. We are 16% in, and I have a lot of talking points for you. But first off, I'm loving it. This is great. The first chapter, or like, I guess it was kind of like a prologue. Amazing. This book has had the best writing I've seen from Taylor Jenkins Reid. No, I've only read 2 of her other books, Daisy Johnson the Sixth and The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, but this is by far her best writing yet. And then also, I didn't put this in my notes, but her book that releases on Tuesday, I guess it comes out Tuesday, not sure exactly on the date. That book, yeah, Tuesday for a fact. That book, Carrie Soto, I don't remember the full name, but I have it pre-ordered, and it is, again, set in the same universe. Carrie Soto gets mentioned on like the 2nd page, and basically she stole Nina's husband from her. So I'm like, that's gonna be a fascinating angle of it being the woman who stole the husband. I think that'll be interesting. Obviously Malibu in the title, this takes place in Malibu. She's making Malibu a character in itself. I love when books, I talked about it briefly with Lady Sunshine, when books make the setting a character just because of how descriptive it is, how they describe it and all that. It's great. Again, great writing usually coincides with that. Then we had the discussion of nepotism. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, because that's a word that I didn't know how to pronounce till this year. But nepotism, because obviously these 4 kids are the children of Mick Riva, who is a famous singer. So it's the discussion of, are they famous because they actually have talent, because they are surfers, photographer, and then I'm not sure what the youngest daughter is, if she's anything. Or, so are they famous for their talent or for their parentage, because of who their parents are? Interesting discussion. That I think still, Hollywood was built on that, so we shouldn't be shook by all the people we see who are famous now because their parents were famous in the last generation. That's just how Hollywood is. That is how the world works. It's part of it. And then we are having flashbacks of Mick and June. June is the mother of the children. I didn't know we were going to be getting that, but I am loving that part of romance. That, like, it's a romance taking place in 1956, where our main plot line is in 1983. So I'm loving the dual timeline because I write just like that when I write, and I love it. I'm loving this. So this is definitely living up to my 5-star prediction so far. But again, we are only 16% in. But I'm going to go finish up Stranger Things season 4 for the second time. I am done reading for the day. I got to page 106 and we finished Stranger Things as well. And my dad said it was one of the best seasons. I personally don't agree with that, but you know. So I got to page 106, as I said. Oh, new like real thoughts that would like impact a review, but I'm kind of upset because one of my triggers, which is heart problems, but like young people having heart problems in general freak me out. But then especially a character being 23, which is how old I am, having heart problems, I'm like, it's put me in a downward spiral for my anxiety. So hopefully it doesn't get mentioned that much, but I feel like that's something like pretty major. Like, I don't know, but the book only takes place in like one day, so it's not like, I highly doubt the guy's like gonna die. I shouldn't be saying that, but yeah, The Secret History had that, but the character was literally just like me and thinking I had issues when I don't. So that's my only thing. I need to put into Goodreads to see what percent we are on and then do my end of the week wrap. Okay, so I got 28% today, and it is definitely feeling like a 5-star, and I usually have those thoughts once we are a quarter into the book. And so there is that. For my reading challenge, I've read 69 of 80 books this year, so I'm 17 books ahead of schedule and at 86% of the way to my reading. And happy Monday. I keep thinking it's Tuesday, but it's Monday. We are going to get into Malibu Rising. It is 129, and we will be starting on page 106. I know, kind of in the middle. I stopped at an awkward place, but it was late and I had gotten to where I wanted to get to. We're at the really awkward stage in my reading journal where the rest of August's dates are in September, but I'm like, it is not September yet. I am just going to put them right here. And then we have my notes here. I'm going to be filming my wrap up today. I always get so nervous before wrap ups and TBRs. Just, I don't know what it is that I get so nervous about, but I have a lot to say. I have pages on pages of stuff to say, and I'm like, am I going to get my point across well? That kind of thing. I know once I'm doing it, I'll be fine, but just before, I'm always so anxious. I got to page 129, and let me tell you, this would be the perfect beach read. It just transports you to Malibu. Like, I want to go back to California so bad now. This would be perfect to read at a beach, perfect to be in that atmosphere, because it really puts you in that mindset. Y'all, it's the perfect weather. It's 78 degrees. There's a breeze, a light like mist, drizzling rain. I don't know, but it is so amazing right now. And that's the weather to the south and west. So I think we definitely came out at the perfect time. Sorry it wasn't focusing because it was thundering that way. So perfect timing. We just had so much chaos. It's really funny though. I was outside in the yard, come in, my Chick-fil-A bag on the counter is tipped over and stuff fell out like French fries, the sauce, and napkins. So Penny had a heyday, and there was a napkin in her water dish and everything. So I thought that was it, so I cleaned that up and all. And then I come in my room, she stole my underwear, has holes in it. Yeah, chaotic, but we love having a good time. I got my video edited and it is exporting right now. I am kind of proud of it, might I say. We are gonna get back into Malibu Rising. Me recommending this to like everybody, and I'm only like 30-some% into it. That's how it is. I read a lot more and I totally just left my notes over there. Why did I do that? But my only like real note, I have one that I might say for later. I just need confirmation on it, so I have to read more to know if what I'm thinking is right, because I don't want to go on a rant if it's not right. One of the themes they're exploring here is the trauma that people's parents can cause them, and I find that really interesting because it's so prevalent in society that it happens like all the time. And I think parenting is the main issue in society. People becoming parents who aren't ready to be parents, that kind of thing, or just people being bad parents. I think that is what causes mental health, and then mental health causes drugs, gangs, all of that. But we're not gonna get into a political spill here. Those are always interesting themes to explore, but we're getting to the party now. Like, people are showing up at the house and all that. And in the flashbacks, we are like in the 70s now, and I'm so curious about what their relationship with their dad is gonna be like, or are they even gonna have one? Who knows? I'm just super curious about that. And it's making me want to reread Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which I feel like I would like better on a reread because it's not my favorite. I prefer Daisy Jones over that tremendously. I say tremendously, I still really enjoyed it, but it didn't hit the same as Daisy Jones. But I've heard that people who maybe they didn't like Daisy Jones prefer Evelyn Hugo and vice versa. So interesting there, but I am going to go eat some dinner now. We read 101 pages today, so that got me to page 207, which is 56% of the way into Malibu Rising. Still loving it. It's gonna be a 5-star unless like something really traumatic happens and it gets like really bad. My one thought for this little section is it's reminded me of Dazed and Confused in a way, like a very vague way, because it's all in one day. I mean, not really, but the main plot is all in one day, but then we do have flashback scenes, but we're predominantly in one day. And then it's all like building up to a party, and currently in the book we are at the party, so just kind of those same vibes. But I hope you guys enjoyed Tuesday, or Monday, I keep thinking it's Tuesday. I'll see you. Happy Tuesday, everybody. It's finally Tuesday. I kept thinking it was Tuesday. I know I'm like far back, but I was just outside and the back of the seat's nice and cold. I am trying to cool down because it is quite warm today. But I got a package. I know what it is. It's a book I pre-ordered the day it was announced that it was going to be a book. It is nice Amazon Lord of the Rings packaging. I know nothing about Lord of the Rings, and it's on my TBR, but it also terrifies me because that would be another fandom for me to get obsessed with. I hate that Penny's in here because she hates when I open packages, but I really want to open it. I see it. I see it. Okay. We have, ooh, this is a thick one. And it is Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, I'm not reading the description until I finish Malibu Rising because these books go like hand in hand, and I'm scared that this might have some spoilers for this. Here it is. I don't know how I feel about the material of the cover. Like, these hair gets stuck to it really easily, and thick hair, I shed a lot. But we did get that today. Super exciting. I don't know when I'll actually get to it. I tend to read like one Taylor Jenkins Reid book a year. Today we are starting on page 207, so let's get into the 3 o'clock reading hour. Longer update since I didn't update after 3 because I just went straight to Taco Bell after that. We are on page 281. I swear if this one person dies, because I'll just be mad. I'm like, it's unsatisfactory. Like, if they die, I think I'll give it a 4-star. That's so rude. Let's look at my notes now. We have a note that, okay, all the side characters are different with unique personalities. Like, that's so rare where I'm like, she can make a book about any of these side characters and I would read it. Just great character work. And then there are some moments that are just jaw dropping. I'm not lying, like my jaw literally dropped. Taylor Jenkins Reid is great. I can't wait to read the description of Carrie Soto is Back. I want to know about it so bad. We just had a moment with her too. I really want to know more. But she can make books with literally all these characters that she mentions. But last night we kind of talked about how like it reminded me of Dazed and Confused. Like, yes, this really reads like a movie and I can totally see this being a movie. I know Evelyn Hugo's being made into a movie, so maybe this will get made into a movie as well. And then Daisy Jones is a mini-series that I think it's coming out early 2023. It got delayed because of pandemic stuff, whatever. And that's what I'm super excited for. So if I had to rank these books as of right now, so again, I'm not finished with Malibu Rising, I would rank it Daisy Jones, Malibu Rising, and then Evelyn Hugo. That's how I would rank the 3 Taylor Jenkins Reid books that I have read. I'm done reading for the day. I read exactly 100 pages. It's pretty satisfying, isn't it? I'll go on my rant really quickly because it has been confirmed. This is the 2nd book in a row where it designates somebody as a lesbian as being like, I don't like to wear dresses, I don't like to wear heels, I don't know how to do makeup. Some girls who like girls, I know plenty, who wear makeup, wear dresses, and all of that. Like, there's not one set way to be a sexuality. So I just think this kind of just stereotyping, and it's just been 2 books in a row now that I've noticed it, so I felt like I should say something. But let's put on the phone on Goodreads. I'm like, Dad's going, I have to hurry up. So we got to page 307, exactly 100 pages today, putting us at 83%, and I will see y'all on Wednesday. It is way too hot here. Literally drenched in sweat. Oh, disgusting. It's 90 degrees. The feels like temperature is 95 with humidity at 47%. So yes, that is way too much. Like, we had that false fall last week, I guess it was last week, and now it's like we're back full vengeance, summertime. Hate it. Let's see what page we're starting on today. We are starting on page 307, and we are hopefully going to finish this book today. I took pictures for my Bookstagram of my wrap up for the month. I haven't done like my actual to see how many pages I read and all that, because I do want to finish this before the end of August, and then I will update y'all with what my bullet journal spread and all says, and like what TV shows I watched this month and movies, how much I spent on books this month, how many books I bought this month, you know, all about fun stuff that we see at the end of the month. And then tomorrow we will work on my bullet journal for my September spread. I will admit my mouth is all orange because I was eating Cheetos. I needed that, so don't come for me. But I just got back from Target, and I really didn't think I would go today because just cramps. They weren't that bad, but I was like, I don't want to get out of bed. But I was like, if I go tomorrow, I can't buy the 2 books that I want to buy because September I'm just reading thrillers, just buying thrillers. I had to go. And both books are on sale, by the way. Ooh, did I leave the receipt in there? No, okay, it's right here, so I can tell you all the price. I bought this turkey. Obviously need it. It's gonna be on the middle of my kitchen table because I am putting my fall stuff out tomorrow. And actually don't know if I'll put this out tomorrow, but I don't have like a fall centerpiece. I got a Halloween one, and that's it. And I'm not putting out my Halloween tomorrow, I'm just doing fall. So this was $25, and I did use my Target Circle earnings, so I did take off $3.64. But this is by Threshold. So just a nice big turkey. Then the 2 books that I got, this one was $14.39. So in last week's vlog, I obviously really liked Jennifer Weiner's other book, which was Mrs. Everything. So I picked up this one called That Summer, and it is, I think, a contemporary. It's kind of bent here on the back, so personally, if I was Target, I would have marked it down even more, but that could have happened if I went through like Real Person checkout. You can convince people. Then I really liked Book Lovers by Emily Henry. It was a 5-star for me. It was my only 5-star. Well, Malibu Rising is going to be a 5-star. So this was $12.80, and it's People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. What else do we have in here? So we know I'm always in a kitty blanket that I got last year, and they had their hide and eek blankets out again this year, and this is just a different print with black cats on it, and I got this for $10. So $10 blankets. And then I got 1 candle. I wasn't gonna buy the candle today. The turkey was the only decor piece that I was going to buy. I have a lot on my list, but I just, you know, don't want to go all out and spend a lot of money on one day. So the candle was $10 as well. So was the third really $10? Yeah, okay. So this is Cozy Nights. Like, I don't know why I did that. I don't know how to describe this scent, but it's an opal house candle. And my dad got a candle as well, and it's not a fall candle. And I'm like, dude, Amazon Jungle or whatever it was called, Emerald Amazon, that's not what we do in September, but so it better be burning when I'm asleep, even though I can smell things in my sleep. That is what I got at Target. I did end up reading 30 some pages, a little over 30 pages earlier. No new thoughts because we are basically at the end of the book. We only have 30 pages left, but I did want to let y'all know that I did read. Finished the book, so 5 out of 5. This was a 5-star prediction, so the second one to live up to the prediction, and that's actually 2 in a row that have both been 5 stars in the 5-star prediction project. So I finished my August TBR on the last day of the month. That is so satisfying. What's not satisfying is we're going to be starting the September TBR, and we're going to be starting the book but not finishing the book in the same vlog, but that's just what happens when the month doesn't start on a Monday. But I'm going to work on my bullet journal and then write my review sometime later tonight. Just the bullet journal is more important to me right now. But still really enjoyed and recommend it. I don't think you have to read Evelyn Hugo to appreciate this. Like, it never mentions her name, but it's hinted at who it's talking about. So like, if you read that book, you would know who it's talking about, but you wouldn't. And how I always thought Mick Riva was based on Mick Jagger. Now I think it's Elvis, but that may just be because I watched the Elvis movie this month. Don't know. But I can't wait to go look at the fan art and all that stuff. I always love the fan art for Evelyn Hugo is the one I see fan art of the most, but Daisy Jones, all of that. So I'm going to look up all of that, but I will catch up with y'all later tonight. Let's go over my stats for August. So I watched 2 shows. I rewatched Stranger Things for the whole season in whole. House of Dragon, I watched the first 2 episodes because that's all that are out. And then movies, I started Elvis but did not finish, and then I watched Top Gun Maverick for the second time. I hauled 22 books. A lot of those were birthday gifts, but I spent $282.29. So for the whole year, I've purchased 167 books, and I've spent $1,981.12. A lot, I know. My monthly stats for just books now. I read 10 books in total. My favorite was Book Lovers. The best cover was Malibu Rising. That is a grain of salt to me. I don't really care what covers the books look like. Then the number of pages I read this month was 3,410. The number of ebooks was 1. We didn't do any audiobooks, so the number of physical books was 9. I listened to 0 hours of audiobooks. The genres we read were thriller, fantasy, romance, and historical fiction. There were 2 5 stars, 4 4 stars, 1 3 star, 1 2 star, and 2 1 stars. And those are all my stats. So I'm gonna actually start working on my September bullet journal spread. I do have my September TBR right here, and then my ebook and mood read, but I'm not going to tell you all about that until tomorrow because, like, I feel like superstitious. I look like George Washington or somebody with the hair it's pulled back. But I did want to read my review of Malibu Rising for y'all. Hopefully it's not bad. Like, hopefully there's no major typos because I've already posted this on Facebook and everywhere, and Goodreads. I didn't post it on Bookstagram, but that's besides the point. And there's one thing that Taylor Jenkins Reid knows how to do. It's making compelling characters. In her 2 previous books, I did not like the characters as people, but I loved reading from them. The Rivas siblings, they are characters I can pull for and like. The side characters are developed enough, even with so little page time, that the reader knows who each one is. Really, they could all get a book like Carrie Soto did. Malibu became a character of itself, especially in the earlier parts of the book. I just had such a vivid image in my head of what it might have been like in the past, as I've only visited in the 2010s. This is the best writing I've seen from this author. It's just different from her other works. The themes of nepotism were covered, and if someone is really famous because of their family or if they have an actual talent. Another main theme was generational trauma and how the way someone's parented overall impacts their mentality as a person. This book might only take place in one day, but the characters develop and come to terms with who they are as people. I love everything about how Taylor Jenkins Reid writes her books. That's my review. I'll see y'all tomorrow on Thursday for September. So exciting, the Burr months, and just starting a new month, starting a new TBR that is the smallest TBR this year because, oh yeah, I do need to do my midweek wrap up as well. totally forgot about that. I've done it on Bookstagram, but not on here. So I'm currently not reading any books. We're going into September with a clean slate. I've read 70 books and my goal for the year is 80 books. So I only have 10 more books I need to read this year. So I mean, I could get to my reading goal in September. It's very doable. We read 10 books this month. So, but I'm 88% of the way to my goal and 17 books ahead of schedule. And I will see you guys tomorrow on Thursday on September. Hey guys, and happy September. I'm gonna straighten y'all out just a little bit. There, that's not perfect, but I'm already vlogging and I don't feel like messing with it anymore. I do need to show y'all my TBR for the month and then just like a few things. The first of the month is always really busy, but then when it's the first of a season, again, this is meteorological, like start of fall, and then the like other start of fall is like the 21st or something, somewhere in the mid of the month. But I just go by meteorological standards personally. First book on my TBR and the book we're about to start is Eleuthera. I've never looked up how to say that. I see flights from this place every day, from the place in the Bahamas, which I'm assuming is where this takes place, because I do think there's like a place in old Roman times with a name like that. So I am going to be annotating this month. I kind of forgot about that till now, so I do have key there, so like in the future when I'm looking back at my annotations, I know which each color means. So I'm just going to tell y'all what this is about. Willa Marks has spent her whole life choosing hope. She chooses hope over her parents' paranoid conspiracy theories, over her dead-end job, over the rising ocean levels, and when she meets Sylvia Gill, renowned Harvard professor, she feels she's found justification for that hope. The font in this is so weird. Like, it gives off that sci-fi vibe, but like my eyes are like, I don't like that. But okay, Sylvia is the woman in black, the only person who can compel the world to action. But when Sylvia betrays her, Willa fears she has lost hope forever. Then she finds a book in Sylvia's library, a guide to fighting climate change called Living the Solution. Inspired by its message and with nothing to lose, Willa flies to the island of Eleuthera, I'm gonna look up how to say that, but in the Bahamas to join the author and his group of eco-warriors at Camp Hope, but upon arrival, the group's leader, author Roy Adams, goes missing and the compound's public launch is delayed. With time running out, Willa will stop at nothing to realize Camp Hope's mission, but at what cost? So this is a sci-fi novel. When I bought it, I didn't realize it was sci-fi, and I do think this is a new release to 2022. It was published in 2022, so I do like climate change, pandemic, sci-fi, because it's just, it could happen kind of thing, like, because some things like aliens. Now, I do 100% believe in aliens, but we do not really know if there are aliens out there, but we do know climate change is in fact a thing. So that's why I like climate change, pandemic books, whatever. Then, as I said, we only have 3 books on my TBR this month because we are so close to my reading goal. We have our classic, and that is Shakespeare Henry IV Part 1, and this is the Signet Classic Edition. I got this used at an indie bookstore near me, the closest indie bookstore to me. I'm going to be reading an act a day, and in here I'm reading 2 chapters a day. And I will get to tell y'all the descriptions of these books once I actually start reading them. Then my 5-star prediction for the month is we're getting into our nonfiction picks now, and this is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks by Rebecca Skloot. So nonfiction there. And then my mood reads, so this will probably be like my 6 o'clock read, maybe 9 o'clock read, which is Leave the World Behind by Rumin Alam. And my ebook is The Night Manager by John Le Carre. I learned that is a pen name. He is a Cornish author, which I did not know. I assumed French this whole time, but he is not French. So those are my reading updates. I am going to go to Barnes & Noble sometime today. I'm not sure what time, but I will be heading over there. I typically would go to Buc-ee's today, but it is race week here, and I can't imagine how many people are probably there, like race fans and all, and I don't want to get all in that. Like, I feel like it could be crazy. Now, I would really love some barbecue, but that's just not going to happen today. So I think I'm going to go to Sonic and get some hot dogs or something. I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to eat. But, oh, and I'm going to switch out my purse today to this vintage one. And I totally had that in there. But this is a vintage crocheted purse that I'm going to be using in the fall. So I need to switch all my stuff and put it in there. But this is a very long update, so I am going to shut up now and start reading. I read 30 pages in that sitting, which is all of chapter 1. And I already have like 5 tabs here to talk about with y'all. So let's go to our first one. I know 3 of them are about the writing. So there's no quotation marks. We know with the book Severance by Ling Ma, I hated that. That was in 2020. So we'll just see if I've evolved into being fine with that. Because I've always wondered if I reread that book, how I'd feel about it. Because I saw people talking about it on Reddit the other day and people were like loving it. And I'm like, I didn't love it. Something's wrong with me. No, we'll see how I feel about that. But it's kind of interesting that these are like common like genre. And that they both do that. Then this quote, it's like, I did not like hearing my name said aloud, chanted like a password to a history I'd forgotten. Just, I hate when people say my name. Hate it, hate it, hate it. I don't say people's names, so I just thought that was relatable because I only ever heard like one other person agree with me on that statement. The character Willa, I feel like she's like, I'm not like other girls. I'm going to this eco thing in the Bahamas. I care so much about the environment. Nobody else does. Like, getting that vibe, but who knows? We're only like 10% into this. And then I have 2 tabs on these pages, and these are my last ones. So it says, we as in Americans were moored in apathy and the comfort of willful blindness. This is talking about like rain-spurred landslides in China, spore-laced dust storms forced mass evacuations in Australia, drought Brazil, wheat blight hitting Russia, dying bodies washing up in the Bay of Bengal, like that kind of thing. That Americans, we just are like, not happening here, don't care. And I do think that is something that you see a ton on Facebook and Twitter. You see it a lot in America. And I would say in like other Western countries as well, like UK, Canada, you know. And in this paragraph I thought was really, you know, just about it too. In America, we still had our guns, our flags, our stranglehold, and exceptionalism. We still had the distraction of virtual realities, the Hollywood phantasmagoria, I don't know that word. The pharmaceutical raft of painlessness. We still had the audacity to call climate change a problem for another time, another country, as if we weren't already proverbial frogs, our skin slowing off in hot water. Interesting themes here. I put that down as a theme, or as plot, because it's true. It's so true about, I think not even just on climate change. I mean, we can look at the war in Ukraine. It's like, my city's not getting bombed. We're not all getting, well, I was gonna say we're not all getting shot out, but like that kind of thing, that it's like, not here, not my problem, which is just something so prevalent. So I thought that was an interesting theme, but I am going to put on a dress so I can at least look somewhat presentable. I need to just put some things in this purse and then go into Barnes & Noble. That is still not even, I don't know, this tripod has a hard time getting it like perfectly straight, which I don't think y'all can really tell, but maybe y'all can. Let me know if you can, or if it bothers you, or if it doesn't bother you. Yeah, it's just when I'm recording, there's a line on the screen right here. You can see that's exactly it. It tells me if it's even or not. I haven't had my fries yet, but I had 2 hot dogs. But I did want to show y'all what I got at Barnes & Noble. I could not find anything. I had to scroll through and through and through my contemporary and fantasy list, which was very annoying, but I did end up getting stuff. This is on the contemporary list. This is listed as Goodreads as contemporary, so I know for some people they're probably like, how is that contemporary? That's what it's listed as, and that is The Glass Hotel by Emily St. John Mandel. Then my fantasy pick was She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. And then my 2 thrillers that I got, so going in the mood reading pile, even though this one is really big, but is The House on Vesper Street by Pardiac O'Donnell. I heard about this in a video relatively recently. I don't know how recent. This is the second in a row where Penny opens the door, but yeah, this came out last year. I don't remember whose channel I saw it on, but it's like thriller in Victorian times. And then the last one I got is a book that it's only like, I'm never going to read that. And then it was on somebody's channel. Was it The Reading Nymph? I think, which we know I love her channel. She read it and enjoyed it, and that is Bunny by Mona Awad. So this is one where it's like, I could hate it or I could love it, and that's what I tend to see, is people either love it or they hate it. And it's 305 pages, so very short. Might get to that this month, but it is 6 o'clock now. We are gonna get into reading. As I said, I read about 10% earlier, so I am on page 30, so I only have one more chapter in here to read today, so that's very doable. About 30 pages that I have to read here, and then at 9 we will get into my mood read, but I will catch up with y'all after I read. I got it perfectly straight. But I am done reading this for the day, so I got to 18%, which is 62 pages. So let's see the new tabs that I've put in. So this chapter, chapter 2, we got a lot of backstory on the character of her childhood, how her parents met, that kind of thing. Her parents, and she's our generation, by the way, she's the same age as me. I think she might be a year younger, because it was like she was born in the time of like Y2K. I was born before Y2K, but still. Parents are like way out there conspiracy theorists. I think y'all can think of people, you probably know somebody who's like that, but like this is like end of the world planning. They have a bunker, they store a lot of food, like, you know, preppers or whatever. And so her parents do all of that kind of thing, and I've just never read something with a character coming from a background like that, and especially something that is like set in our real world. But I feel like it's so prevalent because you see a lot of crazy people out there nowadays, people on the internet saying like, it's the end of the world, society is about to collapse and all that kind of thing. So it's just amazing that there's not really that many books that have characters like that. It's interesting just to see characters who are from a different perspective than oneself. And then another thing is, goes to live with 2 of her cousins in Boston, and it's just very weird. Like, even the cousins' family, like their parents think they're weird. Like, they wear the same outfits and they just like take pictures of her, like they treat her like she's a pet, basically. Like, not in the form of like wearing a collar or anything like that, but just they see her less than them, I guess. And it's just, it was very weird. But the writing in here is great. I mean, I do have quite a bit of tabs. I feel like I highlighted a quote that I wanted to read, y'all. Should be a green tab. Yeah, right here. It says, in the moments I was loneliness, nature reminded me of my place within a larger system, a system that was ongoing and ever-changing. That's so true. I always think about that. Just a lot of times when people are bored, or they're just tired, depressed, you don't really think about the world around you. And that's always my thing. I'm like, appreciate the small things. It can be the sunset, the trees changing colors. It's just so amazing how everything is connected and just how the world works, and we're all in this together on this planet, whether we like it or not. It's just amazing and blows my mind. So I wanted to just highlight that. But yes, I got to where I wanted to get to. I don't have like, I'm gonna say it's like a 3 right now, but obviously I'm only at 18%, so there's a ton left. We have 4 more days of reading this. Then at 9, we are going to get into my mood read, starting this, Leave the World Behind. Super, super excited for it. I've been wanting to pick this up for like a week now, so cannot wait to get into that one. I would like to read 40 pages. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, so we might pick up this tonight as well, but I will tell y'all at like 9:30 if I do pick up the Night Manager. But hey guys, it's 9 o'clock, so I've already went ahead and read the first chapter of Leave the World Behind, so I didn't really say what this is about. Should Amanda and Clay trust this couple and vice versa? What has happened back in New York? Is it a vacation home isolated from civilization, truly a safe place for their families? Are they safe from one another? Leave the World Behind explores how our closest bonds are reshaped and unexpected new ones are forged in moments of crisis. So there's like a big power outage that they don't know, and like technology outage, and their own vacation when this happens, and they're like an Airbnb. I don't know if it's actually an Airbnb. And then the like owners of the house show up, and so they like don't know if they can trust the owners. And Fred, that door is not shut all the way, you can open it. But I'm liking the writing so far, but I feel like it could be like Hamnet, where I think the writing's trying too hard to put it like, I don't know how to describe that writing style. Just, yeah, that's driving me crazy, so I have to stop vlogging. I got to page 33 in here, which is chapter 7. Now, how I was saying, I think the writing is trying too hard. Like, there is that vibe, but also, okay, it's very blunt. Like, like half a chapter is like, she bought this at the grocery store. Next sentence, she bought this, she bought this, she bought this. Like, each sentence started the same way. But then I started thinking, how this is a thriller. What if it's showing what a normal day-to-day life is like? It's very blunt, the writing saying this is normal, everything going as normal, and then there's going to be that switch when all the chaos starts when all the chaos starts. I'm thinking that may be what happens, but again, I'm only 10% of the way into this, so I mean, there's a whole lot that could happen. But just the thought, like, their Airbnb's like out in the middle of nowhere on Long Island, and it's like down dirt road and all that. Oh, so creepy. And then being cut off. I have been cut off from civilization for, that sounds like so weird. During Hurricane Matthew, which is like the worst hurricane that's happened here in my lifetime, I did not have power for like a week, and this was back when T-Mobile 5G wasn't like a thing yet or anything. I had no phone connection, obviously no Wi-Fi, so I had no communication to the outside world, and I literally punched a wall, not making that up. But I've only read 95 pages today, so I am going to be picking up my ebook, which is The Night Manager. So let me tell y'all what this is about. So John Le Carrie, the legendary author of sophisticated spy thrillers, is at the top of his game in this classic novel of a world in chaos. With the Cold War over, a new era of espionage has begun. I love the word espionage, but in the power vacuum left by the Soviet Union, arms dealers and drug smugglers have risen to immense influence and wealth. The sinister master of them all is Richard Onslow Roper, the charming, ruthless Englishman whose operation seems untouchable. Slipping into this maze of peril is Jonathan Pine, a former British soldier, too many S's, who's currently the night manager of a posh hotel in Zurich. Having learned to hate and fear Roper, not sure, more than any man on earth, Pine is willing to do whatever it takes to help the agents at Whitehall bring him down, and personal vengeance is only part of the reason why. So if you guys made it through the whole vlog, leave a tiger emoji down in the comments below. But I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, comment, rate, and subscribe, and don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!